Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. I worked with IRS for got a decade. I have been in private practice for 41 years. Welcome to my tube. I appreciate you being here. I get you in and out with as less pain as possible. I've been on several major news stations. That's my dog, Sammy. She likes to be the star whenever she can. Anyway, look me up at 777irs.com. I'm an expert in what I do. You know, one day you may wind up going to work or going ahead and finding out that you go to write a check, and guess what? There's no money in your bank account and your wages have been garnished. What do you do at that time? Well, unfortunately, I used to be a person who used to issue those bank levies and wage garnishments, so I certainly know how to get those released. And I just want to tell you what you really need to do, should do. First of all, you've got to know those levies are going to be released at some point in time. It's how quick do we want to get those bank levies and wage garnishments released? Obviously, you want to get them released right away. So what do you do? Well, there's going to be Sammy. Why are you always stealing the show? Sammy's always trying to steal the show. Every time I start a YouTube, she goes in. Someone made a comment about my dog once. I told her about it, and now she wants to do this passing thing all the time. Anyway, to go ahead and get this levy released, you're going to have to call IRS. There's a number on the bottom, and that's important. You just want to say, well, obviously, no. The name on that levy is important because it could be a revenue officer in a local office, or it could be the 1-800 number up at the service center, and it does make a difference. The revenue officer is going to be a little tougher on you because the cases come down to the local office. The 1-800 number, a lot of times, it's a lot easier. So what do you need to be prepared to do? You need to prepare to give IRS a financial statement. If the case is at the service center, you're going to give them a 433F. If it's the revenue officer in your local area or town, it's going to be the 433A. And there's a big difference in those two financial statements. So when you give them this financial statement, the key is not selling out just to go ahead and get that levy released, because IRS wants to close your case at that time. How are most cases going to be closed at that time? Usually either by a payment agreement or being put in currently non-collectible. Big difference in the two. What the big aha is going to be for you is you're going to call IRS and give them your information, and IRS is going to say, well, unfortunately, these don't meet our national standards, and you're going to wind up and pay a lot more money than you think, because IRS has a protocol for what they can allow you for expenses, and thus when you call, you're going to have a payment agreement you cannot want. If you don't have a lot of money and there's nothing going on, it's very simple. Call IRS yourself. There's nothing wrong with doing that if you don't owe a lot of money. If you owe a lot more money to IRS and you have more income, don't call yourself, because you're going to wind up with a payment agreement you don't want. I guarantee you, these cases come back to me all the time, and they're hard sometimes to go ahead and reverse. So remember, before you call IRS, be familiar with the IRS financial statement and be familiar with the IRS national standards and what they're going to allow you. So you're going to say, well, Michael, what are those? Look them up yourself. The IRS national standards for food and clothing, housing and utilities, car payments, and car expenses. They're all right there. IRS will only use their expenses. If you need me, go ahead and give me a call. Now you heard the truth. I answer all my phones. Go ahead and send me a text if you want, or an email. Give me a subscription, a like, or share. I know what I'm doing. Thank you so much.